Welcome back to the And Also podcast with your hosts, me, Summery Dean, Sheyda Fasari, and Madeline Guiney. So grab a drink and get cozy. You have now entered the group chat.
Saw someone the other day. She's like, I unfollow people who say I don't like the way they dress anymore. Like, I'll unfollow you for anything.
It's so funny. Carmen unfollows people who get engaged. She goes, we're no longer in the same place, and I don't need to see this journey.
Some girl actually talked about, she's like, someone confronted me, a friend I used to be acquaintances with. She was like, we're never super close, but haven't seen them in probably 5 years, haven't reconnected. She goes, but I ran into them at a party and they confronted me about unfollowing them on social media. And she goes, babes, haven't talked to you in 5 years. You're married with a baby. I'm a hoochie in the street. It's okay if we're not following you. It's nothing against
our
you.
Life path, we're different.
We're on different.
I mean, that's such an honest take.
Next year, when I'm married, I might follow you back.
Yeah.
We can raise our kids together.
She's like, it was not personal. It's just like, I don't need to be seeing, I didn't go to the baby shower. It's like, I don't need to see Tommy taking his first steps. It's okay. I just want to see something else on my timeline. I was like, that's actually so fair. Cause I do think there's a period in your life and you don't notice it when it happens because you're like, oh my God, it's the first. But when like your first friend gets engaged or your first friend has a baby, you're like, it from here on out will never stop.
It actually picks up in frequency and speed. It's like another one. There
was a sick period of time where I could not truly get on social media at Facebook, Instagram, whatever, without seeing an engagement. And I thought it was comical. I was like screenshotting it. Yeah. I'm like, okay, well, there were 7 on Tuesday that I just thought people would post their engagement, which is wild.
I feel like then the waves of divorces start coming.
You want to know what? I cannot wait for that.
I'm like at the age where like now, like my friends.
But you want to know what, Erin? I believe if you are posting every fucking detail of your wedding and your engagement and your babies, I want every detail of the divorce. I want to know why you left him or he left you. You got to be honest about it. I want a note, screenshot.
Yeah, put everything on.
Just give me
socials up until
generalities.
Now, I want to know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't need to know maybe everything.
You're an open book.
Yeah. Just
open
tell
that
me,
goddamn book.
Just tell me he's now gay, or he beat me and I'm done, or he hates women and I couldn't do it anymore. Yeah. I just want to know a little bit.
He cheated on me with the nanny.
But you want to know what?
Women who hire nannies who aren't fat and old are stupid.
But you want to know what?
It doesn't
Arnold Schwarzenegger. He slept with
Arnold Schwarzenegger did sleep with like an old woman.
There is nothing a man won't put a hole in. Or put something in his hole. What is it?
There's no hole a man won't put something in.
There's nothing a man won't put a hole in.
True.
I think
do y'all want to start this episode with what may not be a controversial question, but could be?
Go. Yeah.
How do you feel about women over the age of say? I'm guarantee you one of you does this, so it's going to be great. Women over the age of say 18, calling their father daddy.
I think
I knew it.
I knew it. But
do you call Chris daddy?
Yeah, I'll be like, Daddy, what are you doing?
In what context do you call him daddy?
It's more like she's just calling out to him, like he's around the corner or something.
Daddy.
I've also heard you say father.
Mm-hmm. Or Christian.
Or Chris.
Yeah, like we're always fucking with each other.
I don't think you're the culprit of this. Like I know you.
It has never felt weird to me.
There's some people it's weird coming out of though. I don't think Sheyda is really one of them.
I don't think it's ever sounded weird coming from me.
No, I agree. It sounds natural. It's never sounded weird to me.
Talking about it right now is what's making it now weird.
I think Sheyda's too abrasive for it to sound weird.
Yeah.
Like someone's going to clip this really
It would be horrible. We have to cut this so carefully because this is fucked.
We know somebody that calls their dad Papa.
As
literally
an adult,
Papa.
And now has a kid.
Did she grow up in like World War II Germany?
It's a boy.
She's a Victorian child.
How is the word Papa? Papa.
Papa. It's a boy. Everyone's so different.
Who do you guys have? Who are you closest with in your family?
Myself.
Just kidding.
My parents are even, like right across even. I will say I had a very, very, very difficult relationship with Christian growing up. He was such a control person, and I am such an aggressive, free bird. I don't do well with authority at all. If you tell me what to do, I'm doing the opposite, and I'm doing it. I don't even know.
In spite of you.
In spite of you. I'm doing what you wanted, the opposite of how you ever would have wanted done, and I'm doing better than you ever could have thought it could have happened. Like, I'm just so aggressively against, and I'm also very, like, from a very young age, was like very smart. Like, I was screwing with my...
Sheyda has multiple times said that she's Mensa. She could very well be, never seen the test, but
Mensa.
we always, and in our rap that we mentioned last week that I hope gets inputted into the episode, there is a line about Sheyda being Mensa, and it's very funny.
Mensa.
Okay,
so who are you closest with, and who do you like the best?
I can't answer that. My dad makes me die laughing.
Okay.
He's so insane. He definitely is like on the Asperger's, like he's somewhere on that playing field. But he's so smart. He's so funny. He's so obscure. And he is such a caretaker of everybody, like my friends, my family. Like, I have friends who call and have like financial advising meetings with my dad. Like, he is just the most loving, giving, caring person ever. And it's done so quietly and so respectfully. But we had a very hard relationship growing up. And it wasn't until I think like 2018, 2019 where our relationship changed, and it was from very combative to like, I talk to this man every day. He's my best friend.
That's actually crazy that we knew you pre the relationship that you have with him now, because I don't remember you guys ever having a tumultuous relationship until unless I really, really think about it, and like there would be like some one-off things.
Him. Like, I didn't want to get a phone call from him.
Dude.
I didn't want, like, it gave me anxiety to be confronted by him in any way. And now I'm like, if I don't talk to him for 2 days, I'm like, what is he doing? What is he doing?
I'm so happy you guys have a good relationship.
I always think about that in general with my parents. Like, they very much live their own lives, and I'm sure a lot of other people think about this too. And I don't speak to my parents as much as you guys do, but if I need something from them, I couldn't probably not talk to them for 2-3 weeks. And I'm like, okay, well, what's my last 4 digits of my social? For some reason, I don't remember. And they don't answer right away. I'm like, well, that's odd. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What is going on in your life that your only daughter just called you and you didn't fucking answer?
Yeah.
Like, that's wild
that
to me.
hurts.
My mom's like, I didn't hear it ring. I don't have a voicemail from you. I'm like, it's 2024. You can't lie about not getting a goddamn call from me anymore.
You know,
I know.
dad,
just say I didn't answer. Don't lie.
I'm on the same iCloud with my parents. Which has been issues.
It's so confusing.
It's so confusing. They have all my friends' locations.
We have a massive group chat with our family, one of 6 kids, everybody's significant other. There's like 12 or 14 people in this group chat, whatever. He was dating this girl, and he like screenshotted an Instagram and accidentally thought he was sending it to his group, like his friends group chat, but he sent it to our TV and was like, can you see Cleve? I think you can see Cleve. And we all responded like, yeah, I think you can see Cleve. Like, we were like so, like, mind you, he's like 12 or like 14. Like, it's very innocent. We were all like, what the fuck?
Oh, just destroying him.
Die.
I actually have a friend who the other day, she's in a relationship with her boyfriend. They've been together for a year or two. And they were becoming intimate, and her boyfriend looked down and realized that there had been a 15-minute voice memo recording happening in her family group chat. And he like stopped her and like very slowly stopped the recording and exited out and like turned the phone over and just laid down for like 10 minutes. He's like,
it takes a wrong breath.
It got sent?
No, it didn't. He stopped it and exited out, but he was like unwell. They both were unwell. The whole thing, the night was ruined. It was over.
That is one of my worst
Guys,
nightmares.
I had a similar experience. Do you guys remember this? Like, I don't know, like if you guys remember this, that happened to me.
What happened?
It got
Who?
sent, but luckily it was sent to me. I was visiting a friend at her university, single, clear and free, and I went home with a guy. And I was very turned, and we ended up canoodling. And I lost my phone in the middle of it, and so he called my phone from his phone. Then we forgot about it, canoodled, and then the next morning I woke up to a voicemail of the canoodling.
That's sick.
From his phone.
From his phone!
Because he called your phone.
How long did you listen?
The whole thing.
Yeah.
I would have listened to the whole thing. I would still have the thing,
Yeah,
to be honest
I
with
would
you.
I think I sent it to people. I was like, can you believe this? Wow.
How good I sound?
Good, but what do you think about this? What do you think about this?
What do you think about this? You would.
Yeah, that was an interesting scenario.
The photo thing did get hanky in college.
Okay.
Hanky.
Not because of me, but because of the videos I was taking of my friends. It was never, like, to be honest with you, I've never really taken an inappropriate photo of myself. I really I'm so fearful of that. Like, it makes me very, very scared.
So does it make Summer scared too?
No, Summer's
For
got a
different
lot out there.
reasons.
I was gonna say, I guess yours are pretty like PG.
But
PG, it's like a cute little booty pic.
I can never run for politics. I'll say that.
The
I'll never-
amount of, I feel like, photos
for
that all of you guys
politics.
have of me just like puking on the bathroom floor.
Yeah, like I would take a video in college of Madeline butt naked puking. And like
My
that
frail,
is in the
lanky ass
cloud.
body.
Yeah, that is
It's
in the cloud. That is in the cloud. I don't think
Keep
my
that for
parents have ever
safekeepings.
seen it, but like
I would only hope they have not.
I don't think they have.
I don't actually think I could look Chris or Win in the eye. If they,
No.
Maybe Win.
Win, wouldn't
yeah,
care.
of course.
My mom
She'd be like,
has
"Honey,
seen
we
me
gotta
in
work on some things."
I also I keep saying my parents are my best friends. They really are. There is almost nothing I don't tell my parents. Like, I remember I was not yet 21 and I had a fake ID. I went out in Denver, Colorado with my mom and our really dear friend Robin. And that night I came back blacked out. I ordered like 40 chicken wings to the hotel room, got butt naked and ate them. Like, there's a photo of me covered in hot sauce, butt naked. I have like booty shorts on, boobs out,
I've never seen that.
hot sauce.
I've never seen it either. I do remember your hot sauce fingers.
Yeah. Oh, I love
Pictures.
that. That's how I knew Nick and I were like, I'm comfortable with this man, is when I
Ate wings in front of
went
him?
full-fledged. I am literally like knuckle deep in hot sauce and ranch, just like, and that was it.
Has anyone seen the Martha documentary on Netflix?
Yeah.
Martha Fox?
Martha. Yeah, it's okay. Martha
Martha
does.
actually, I think, has had a wild romantic life.
Tell me more.
She was
Wait, but don't spoil
She
it, but
was
tell me more.
out there living.
But I
on,
think-
she on the documentary, someone said, you had your first affair like whatever year, and she basically said like, I don't think my husband knows about that one. And
Well,
the documentarian was like, he's the one that told us. Like,
She
she
cheated.
thought she was still keeping secrets.
She cheated for the first time on their honeymoon. What? She made out with a married man in the Duomo. They like went all
The
over Europe for
Duomo.
5 months. And she's like, it was just very beautiful. It was very romantic. It was very emotional.
for me and my
and she goes, and my
mistress.
husband didn't want to go with me. So she was like, so I'm in the Duomo, the art, the music, and she goes, why not make out with a stranger?
Why not?
Guys, it's actually very funny. This
And
is
she
so
was
off
like,
topic.
it's not adultery, it's not naughty, it was emotional.
She said it's nothing I'd break up a marriage over. I was
Yeah.
like,
Very funny. I have an off-topic
She's an icon.
story about the Duomo.
What?
I studied abroad for 4 months in Italy, in Florence, and my dad really wanted to go up with us. I don't know if anyone's ever been, but you can take an elevator for 90% of the floors. My dad's like, well, that's not the full experience. It's 20 million bajillion steps straight up. You get like halfway, 90% up, and people are like turning back. They're like, don't do it. Just pay for the fucking elevator. And they're like, it's because you start to get really cramped. But my brother and I, he's like 14, 15 at the time. And my dad, who I love, he's in my eyes a hero.
He's a track star, isn't he? He's a runner.
Yes,
He's a runner. He's a track
like
star.
a little lanky man, but in my mind, he could go in the ring with Mike Tyson. To me, I'm like, he's like scrappy, but like I think he's a little scrappy man. He's scrappy. He's scrappy. He has
could
9
go in
brothers.
the ring
He has
with
9
Mike
brothers, and
Tyson.
and his brothers are big men, and I think he holds his own. I don't know, whatever. In my mind, I asked him that question. He goes, "Fuck no. Are you an idiot? I would never do that." He goes, "You're stupid if you would ever." And I'm like, "Well, the image I have in you in my head is different. Okay, so don't ruin it." Anyways, we're in the fucking Duomo. We get up to the top, and my dad, I've never seen him like this. He's like, "Let's take a picture," and we're like, "Okay, cool," like because it's a very beautiful view. He grips my brother and I, and he's fucking shaking. He goes, "I'm afraid of heights. I've never told you this, but I'm afraid of heights."
No.
My dad
Me
is
as a
like
mom.
literally shaking in his boots, but still wants a picture. It's so fucking funny. My brother and I talk about it all the time. But he still wanted the picture, and he's like, "We're just so high up. We're caged in. We're literally, the top is caged in. We're not going
It's like
anywhere."
I've never told you, but I'm afraid of heights.
Yeah, I'm afraid of heights.
Do you have that gene or no? Do you care about
No,
heights?
no,
Did
no.
you go skydiving or did I make that
No,
up?
but I would love to.
No, I couldn't do it. I'm like your dad. I will get up on
Guys,
top of a ladder and I'll shake.
year three as a group, and also go skydiving.
Year 3.
No.
You been?
Here or somewhere else?
How was it?
No, I don't think I
So
want to.
do you have a fear of heights? Because I have a fear. So I need a therapist to tell me what the difference is. Because if I'm on like a zip line, right, and it has a hard, has a taut line, I'll jump right off. Yeah. If it's like a swing down, and you have to let go, and then there's a whoop. It's the stomach feeling.
Well, I think it's the trust that you know you could pull yourself up back to the top line. And if there's the falling with being caught by something, you have to trust that thing's going to catch you.
Yeah. See,
I don't like any heights. Buildings, elevators, windows, don't like any of it. My tingles.
Ew.
It does. I get like a feeling in my...
Don't.
Anyways. So, Sheyda, you are the only single one in the room.
Yes. Sheyda, what's
And-
dating been like in Nashville? Tell us.
Yeah.
Trash.
Okay, but why?
Okay, we can get deep with this or we can get simple with it.
Simple
And fun.
The simple and fun response is Nashville is such a transient city. We're like the number 2 or 3 bachelorette city, which means there are so many people coming and going, which means for men who are transplants here, they can have something new every weekend that goes away and never comes back.
But I also think the women in this city are just fucking gorgeous. Like, I think
Stunning.
that
Gorgeous,
the ratio to good-looking women to any kind of relatively good-looking guy is like 90 to 10.
Yeah.
Like every girl, I mean, I wouldn't say every girl, but I mean,
think
a lot
that's
of women.
Honestly, I think that across the board has
that
been
life?
what's going on.
Life period.
Because I think that there is like this huge, I mean, like, think about women. We are raised like from a very young age. You cover your face, you wear a cute outfit, you got to do all this stuff, right? Like you're taught from a very young age, you should be presentable. Men, as long as they're successful and they're bringing home a paycheck, they've been taught like they're a provider, they're fine. Which is so unfair. If I gain weight or I'm not cute during a pregnancy, I'm like disposable.
But I also think guys in general are not necessarily evolving a lot of times after either college or high school. Like, I look at men in general, and a lot of times, just their sense of style. A lot of guys do not invest in their own sense of style, figuring out what they like to wear, how they want to design their home. If their mom doesn't necessarily, like, I think that's actually one thing my mom's done really well with my whole family is she's like, these are nice things. These are what this is what a nice outfit looks like.
Yes.
You should like the way that you dress. If you don't like it, pick something else out. Like, figure out how to make a good outfit. And a lot of guys don't have that because
That's
their
so
mom,
true. You
but
guys
their
Think
mom.
about this, but think about this. I want you to think, because this is actually like serious, like historical shit. Since the
Fact check
70s, since the 70s, and I think it's like 1972 or something is the first time women could get a line of credit on their own. But since the 70s, women have been having to evolve into not just being homemakers and pretty objects, but being breadwinners, being participants in society, like becoming the thing that the man always was, right? Like since the 70s, so that's 50 years for
Wow,
us
still looking good.
of having to evolve and still maintain being a mother, being a homemaker, being a wife.
1974.
Right? 1974, thank you. So we've had 50 years of having to make this evolution. Men have not been raised in any evolution at all. Like it's still been be a provider, and that is your contribution to the marriage. That doesn't work anymore because now it's no longer plausible in most cases to have a one income home, right? Unless you're greatly successful because of the way life is now. So now you have two people being providers and you have one person in most cases, unless you find a wonderfully evolved man, which I know a lot of them are and have, but the greater majority are not. You're expected to be the homemaker and you're expected to be the beauty queen.
While also
and
still having
being
a job.
mom,
While
and
doing the
also-
same things that they're doing.
Yeah. And like the
Yeah.
difference between like having a 9 to 5 is hard, but a mom is 24/7. It is, I don't ever get a break. I wake up with you. I go to bed with you. I'm woken up in the middle of the night by you, my child. Like
There's
you're
no
sick,
PTO with being a mom.
You're in a diet. Like there is no PTO. And so it's
No
this
401k matching.
like it's a very interesting thing to see happening in today's world. So I think that is contributing to the issue with dating in today's world. And the city I live in, unfortunately, like the city I live in and the culture I'm in, it's so, there is no reason for a man to settle down until he's like late 30s, 40s.
Guys, what's the expression? Why buy the milk when you can get the cow for free?
Yes,
Is that
but
it?
it's true. Like I have a TikTok out that's like, I don't think in most cases, men can take on the responsibility of having sex with women. Like women can, because more often than not, we'll find a good partner and we want to stay there. Men can get it anywhere and they want it everywhere and they want to taste this and they want to taste that and they want to go over here. But like that's biologically implanted in their brain. Like I'm going to spread my seed. I'm out here just spreading it.
But don't you think then women should not have sex as freely as they do?
That's what I literally said. I said we need to
like
stop.
the B4 movement. Or basically women
the
are
B4
like
movement. It's a serious thing. They're like women don't want anything to do with men.
I'm not in flirting
But
with
that makes
men.
me so sad. I love the yin and yang of the feminine and the masculine. I want that desperately. But I'm not willing to give up
their portion anymore.
Guys, I would actually like to push back a little bit because I think we're not giving men enough credit for their evolution.
You have a gem of a man, though.
But can I tell you something? I think men have had to grow in ways that maybe not be as evident as women have.
I don't think men have it. I don't think men have it easy. To be clear, I don't think men have it easy.
I think men are taking on a economy that is really, really difficult right now.
Yes.
And when they have the pressure to provide, to do that, like that, I think, okay, let me finish this thought that I'm trying to work out here. As a woman, if you wanted to marry a man that has access to a lot of resources, I know that each one of you could do that. Okay.
Could marry a man like that, or
could marry a man like that if that's what your number one priority is. If you're with a man where they're trying to gain as much resources as possible, the anxiety, it's literally, can you put food on the table? That kind of stress is a survival mode that these men have to live in every single day. Now I'm saying I don't think there's a lot more to it. I'm not saying that women don't also provide. I think that's the economy that we live in. Women have to step up and also kind of like provide that as well. But all I'm saying is like, if you wanted to marry a rich man, I know either one of you could do that. So we have a bunch of these men that are like competing against these either men that are coming from wealth or have an easier time gaining wealth. There's a lot of different factors to that. The average man, to make a livable wage, it's not easy to do that. So then they have this immense pressure on themselves to provide for a woman. Maybe they want to do that, but this economy doesn't allow them to do that. The other thing I'll say is, I think men are probably more empathetic than they've ever been. Let's be real, okay? Like,
I agree.
I think we're not giving them enough credit for the maybe not so obvious evolutions that they've made over the last 50 years. Okay. Because here's the thing. We used to, as a society, look at women that would sleep around with people and go, that's a slut. Now I would be hard. I mean, I don't think men are looking at women necessarily in that way. Maybe not.
I don't know.
I think we've gone away from that a little bit. I also think like they've also made kinder evolutions than maybe we're giving them credit for.
I mean, giving them credit for emotionally evolving, which they should be doing either way. I don't know.
Sure.
Like, I'm like, am I patting them on the back for doing basic human development? I don't know.
But you call it basic human development, but 100,000 years ago, the human race didn't even have empathy. You want to talk about the evolution of emotions? Jealousy came first. The will, like the.
Where are you getting this information from? Jealousy came first.
Okay,
The same book that Madeline read in college about geography.
All I'm saying is, I think
Sheyda was the one that said India was a continent first, and I just supported it.
That was upsetting.
That was upsetting. I admit that was an issue.
As humans evolve,
I admit that was an
we're
issue.
evolving to have more complex issues. It used to be like, I'm hungry, I need sleep, I'm gonna fight, whatever it is. You get more and more complex emotions.
I will say though.
Go ahead.
I will say though, I think there needs to be a little bit of a reversion back to being a little bit more in tune with our animalistic nature. It's getting too crazy.
I don't disagree.
It's getting too crazy with the emotional, like the 27 different ways I identify. Like, get in touch with your animal side. Go touch some grass.
I don't
relax.
disagree. I don't disagree, but I think
fucking
ignoring
relax.
the evolution that men have made is
I'm not ignoring.
if you're talking about women, you also have to talk
I'm
about
not
men.
ignoring the evolution that men have made. I am worried that the evolution that men have made has not been necessarily
productive to society.
And I'm not blaming that on man.
I think that's a societal thing, in the same way that expecting women to work and then also be homemakers and like I think everybody is progressing forward, and it's not necessarily the most healthy thing for humans, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So in general, dating in Nashville sucks.
So in general,
everyone's the worst.
Fucking sucks.
No, I feel like in general, it is just very hard. We were just talking about this, to meet a guy in person these days, and the art of like running into someone and connecting.
The art of running into someone is really, really difficult, and the art of also like
luring in a man.
Well, I'm an intimidating figure. I'm not unaware of that at all. I'm very intense.
All 5'4" of her, and I promise you, she is scary.
Very scary.
I
never felt
intense.
safer going out than with Sheyda.
I am very intense, and I'm very like, I don't know. I'm a lot of things. Whatever. But most men who like I have a conversation with will openly be like, you have a very intense presence. Most any human I have a conversation with will say I have a very intense presence. But I will have women and gay men and lesbian women coming up to me and being like, you are just so beautiful. You are just so stunning. You are just so this. You are just so that. Men won't even make eye contact with me.
Wait, Sheyda, you told a story to me the other day.
What?
That actually made me view you and your situation very, very differently.
What?
You had gone out day drinking with Sophia and Carmen.
Yep.
And you had said a couple of your buddies, like the guys that you had gone out with, you had overheard something like, she could kick my ass. Yes. I would love if you could tell that story, because I actually feel like that's a really good way to like frame.
So, I was out with a couple of our friends, female friends. We look very, very similar. Like a lot of people think we're sisters or cousins, like very similar across the board, body, face, hair, everything. And they're also very aggressive personalities. They really are. So I don't really know how we're perceived differently. And maybe it's just an aura thing. But we're all at a table at Yeehaw, which is a place downtown, watching a game on Sunday afternoon, and I'm leaning over and I'm saying something funny. I'm like laughing. I'm not even doing anything that I would consider to be aggressive or like nothing that's out of the norm for like a Sunday football game group of people happening. And I overhear from my buddy, from one man to another man, they're both my guy friends, being like, all I know is that she would fucking kick my ass and yours. And I like looked over to see what woman they're talking about, and they're both looking at me. And I'm like, what in this moment have I even done? Or even in this entire evening, I'm like, how is that the thing that's happened? How is that the thought that's being had right now? Because I really felt like I had a very cute feminine outfit on. I wasn't like doing anything crazy. And that was the response in the moment. I was like, I don't even know how to change. I don't know what to change.
I don't think you should change anything, because I'll tell you what I think the difference is between the two is that you're so outwardly protective. So I think it intimidates men, because they're like, not only is she not going to take shit from me, if anyone that I'm around or anyone that they're with is at risk, Sheyda's not going to let it slide.
True.
Like I think most of our larger group of friends is extremely direct, but you are like, you will not mess with my people.
Yeah.
But I think that would be so sad if you changed that.
Yeah.
That'd be so sad if you change that, because I think the protective part of you is like one of the best and biggest parts.
I just think the population of men these days that might not be intimidated by it and would want to challenge it are fewer and far between, unfortunately. And that's the issue, is because a lot of men do not want to have someone that's going to push back on them, or just kind of want someone maybe a little more submissive.
See, that to me is like, then
and that's not your type.
You're not.
So Sheyda, if a dude is telling you, hey, I think she could probably fuck me up, obviously you don't want to be with a guy like that.
No.
So
It's
to
a military
me,
guy
you're like,
too,
yeah, you're
wasn't
probably
it?
right.
so to me,
These were military guys
I
too.
think in that instance, you need to not take it as like, oh, this guy's not into me. It's like, well, that guy's a fucking loser. And I think
hard in those moments. Like these moments are
so
reassuring,
hard.
but in those moments, I'm like, I didn't even.
You're like, I'm a fucking loser. You take it so personally.
It's such a hard take. It's such, well, even like so yesterday I tried on a dress we have in our store, and it's like a high neck dress, but it's sleeveless, but it's long. It like goes down to your ankles. It's really pretty. It has like slit up the side, whatever. And I walked out and I work out a lot. Really an important part of my life. And I walked out and I was like, what do you guys think? And it's 2 girls and 1 guy. And you guys are not gonna like this story. And I was like, what do you guys think? And they were like, it's so cute. And I was like, I don't know. I'm very self-conscious about my arms. And it's always been, my arms and my stomach have always been like my biggest insecurities on my body. And the guy was like, well, you know how I feel about it. And I was like, I don't. And he goes, it's disgusting. Your arms are disgusting. And he said disgusting.
No,
he said disgusting 3 or 4 times talking about my arms. And I was like,
wait, because he thought they were so like muscly.
Strong.
he was like, I like B's. I like butts and boobs, but I don't like biceps. And your arms are disgusting. And I was like, it was a horrible moment because
what'd you do, Sheyda? Like, what?
I didn't
First
say
of all, what'd you
anything.
think, and then what'd you do?
Did you say anything?
Honestly, and this is such a sad thing about me. Like, if he had said that to either one of you, I probably would have come over a table and beat the fuck out of him, like with a bottle or whatever hard object I could find. Because I'm so insecure about myself and my physical being, like, I just shut down.
Ugh, God, I hate that.
I just shut down, and I like in that moment, I
can't wait to egg his car.
I started thinking about all the things I hated about myself before, like my weight loss and everything, and before my health discovery. And it was such a hard moment for me. And also, he was in front of 2 girls who were under 24. They're in between 20 and 24 years of age.
Did they say anything?
And I didn't know how to, like, it was actually so sad. Later, one of the girls walked up to me and she goes, I just want you to know, like, I thought you looked great in that dress.
Oh, I'm sick to
And
my
I
stomach.
almost started crying.
I'm literally sick to my stomach.
I was like, thank you. Like, it's all good. Like, I was trying to make it feel so small for them because I knew it wasn't a good moment for
Everyone was
a young,
probably
it
so
wasn't
uncomfortable
a
by
good
his
moment for a
comment.
young girl to see. And I was just like, I don't even know how to address this moment without being unprofessional.
And also,
And I don't know how to address this moment and be strong for me. So I just was like, okay, so we hate the dress. And I like walked into the dressing room and like took a deep breath and I was like, okay, we're going to move on.
What do you wish you had said?
I wish I said that he was pathetic. Mm-hmm. It's not a good moment for me because I'm having to believe in my own beauty and believe in my own strength and believe in who I am as a person and believe in the fact that I love a strong body on a woman and I love.
I would just like to note for the people at
work
home
I've
that have
put
never
in.
seen Sheyda's upper body, it's fucking insane. Like she has
have an
dream arms. Like they are
incredible body.
so toned. Like
We do not need to.
no, but I'm like not even going over the top. They are very toned and like the perfect arms you would want to have. And if a man is,
They're like Carrie Underwood leg equivalent.
like they're the Carrie Underwood
you have
legs
the arms-
of upper body. Like Jesus, they're so nice.
I work
that's
out
the
with
nicest-
Sheyda 3 or 4 times a week. You have an incredible body. You're
Yes.
so strong. Like literally, when I go out to work with you, I'm like, I want to look like you. Like
Yeah.
I work out with you and I'm excited because I'm like, I want to look like you.
I know what I'm
That is the
striving for.
kindest thing.
Exactly.
But I do think like a man that is commenting in that way,
Especially when I've had like health and weight and body issues.
Yes.
Like I definitely have body dysmorphia. I will be the first person to say like I have to tell myself I have to make an active effort to like talk positively about myself and about my body. I know that.
Yeah.
And I know that I am very blessed to be in the body that I have now because I have lived with myself in other bodies. And in that moment, I had like, I have to be strong and I have to reaffirm my belief in my love for the female body and the feminine body being strong and all these things. And I also have to understand that this person, for whatever reason, is not well.
Yes.
And it has nothing to do with me.
And he's supposed to be your friend.
But that's also just so hard to do. Like in my chair here, I'm like, well, obviously this is a fucking him issue, and if like we should not be taking this to our.
But in that moment when someone's like, your arms are disgusting, and he like
You're
makes
like,
the word to say
there's no
3
easy
different
way to-
times.
the only appropriate response to that would be, what a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
What an interesting feedback.
Hey, what I should have said is, and would you say that to your daughter?
I think it's probably his own insecurities. He probably has soft arms, unfortunately.
Soft
and
belly,
he's
soft arms.
unfortunately insecure about something about that. And that's nothing that you can control. And it's so much harder to digest that and be like, well, this is a you issue, not a me issue.
Yeah.
And I'll fucking meet you in the alley and give you a roundhouse punch with these biceps, bitch.
Well,
And the anger being the issue,
thing
not the
cute
gayness.
younger girl said, she was like, "Are you just intimidated by Sheyda?" And he was like, "No, I'd beat the fuck out of her." And I was like,
That is a small man.
Yeah.
A small man. If I've
"You're
ever seen a small man, it's a
you're
small
having
man.
a conversation with yourself right now. I don't even know how to respond to this."
Speaking of canceling men,
Who you canceling?
my boyfriend, unfortunately. Yeah. Because recently.
Nicholas.
So sweet. He's got to go.
Why?
I downloaded an app. I paid a couple bucks for it, so I got my money's worth. But it was an AI app, and it told me what our babies would look like. And
you sent these photos.
They were not cute, and I felt bad because he was getting upset about how like hurt I was. I was like, our kids are gonna be ugly. They're ugly. Like I would roll over and be like, the kids, they're so ugly. And he's like,
Think about the children.
yeah, he's like, Madeline, like they're not gonna look like they're cute, but they're also not like. It's a fucking app. Like it's a computer. Those are not children. And I'm like, but they look
I need
crazy.
just to pause for a second. Madeline didn't just AI her own future children. She AI'd Josh and Summer's against. No one gave permission for this. She just sent out
I woke up
groups
to 10
of photos to 10 photos. It's like, this is what Summer and Josh's children would look like in case anyone's concerned. And then
I got my goddamn money's worth.
Me and the man that I've been talking to for 2 years on and off sent a collage.
No,
of
I
10
actually
of our
tested,
children.
I tested Sheyda first. I like had to ask her a question, and she answered wrong. And I'm like, well, now I'm punishing you and not giving you.
I'm not giving you the
I'm not giving
She's
you the
an
surprise.
abuser.
Yeah, I'm a manipulative. Fuck.
Manipulator.
But then I caved because I just wanted the reaction,
Yeah.
and so I sent them. But it's very funny because
I will say I thought ours were really cute.
they were
the ones with your strong. When
Yours were the cutest.
Summer's
By
daughters.
far and away.
Summer's daughters straight up looked like
So
they would
cute.
fucking bully you in middle school. They were so pretty. Like they are just that bitch, and they know it. But the kids were so cute. It was sick, and it was so jarring after the aliens I created.
Also, the person growing up, like she didn't have like an ugly stage. Like she.
No, I did.
Every photo I've ever seen of you is cute.
I've never seen an agreed.
I'll show you. I'll bring it up. But can I tell you that actually
She always said that she was a fat child, and I'm like, I've never seen it.
I was fat. I used to be scared to go to the doctors because they would weigh me, and I was always like 20 pounds heavier than my friends. It was really traumatic. But I will say that actually saved my relationship because Josh has been questioning if he
Ruined
wants
mine.
kids, and I was able to show him like, look what our kids look like, and he's like, I'm in.
Did he really?
Yeah, he was like, okay.
And then did he put a baby in you?
Not yet, but hopefully soon. But like every time I do something
Put
good,
a baby
no,
in
this
a-
actually sounds
put a
so fucked
baby
up.
in
But
a-
every time I make a really good breakfast for us, he's like, I think we're gonna have some kids.
He's like that AI baby coming.
Wait. Is he training you?
I have been training myself.
What's that? What's the word where they like reward you?
Pavlov's dog?
I can never remember that
Oh
word.
my God. Are you Josh's dog?
He's Pavloving you.
Yeah, actually, yes. No,
He's
okay.
Pavloving her.
this is
Josh,
actually,
you
like-
motherfucker. Call me.
No, Sheyda, stop hitting on my boyfriend. He's too short for you.
Did you hear my voice change? I go, call me.
It was sick.
The AI photos worth the purchase.
Yeah, I
can't
actually
believe you
think
paid for those.
now in my mind I'm like, I think I just like bought because I never do a weekly
the
subscription.
children.
I think I paid I still have the app, like
do the year, like-
$65. I just paid.
It's a better deal.
I know, but I was like, oh, remind me to cancel this, and then I didn't. So now, if in 6 months anyone wants to know what their new boyfriend and or new,
I'm going to send you some photos.
Sheyda was like, do me and Jason Momoa, do me and this person, do me, and I'm like, bitch, I have a job, okay, but I will send me the photos you want.
Anymore.
Not anymore.
I quit my
She
job.
quit her job.
She's quit her job.
I know, very scary, guys.
Thank God you did. You were a miserable bitch for the last 2 years.
Yeah, it sucked the
that,
life out of
please.
you.
Miserable bitch.
Miserable
Very
bitch.
good learning experience. I do enjoy what I do, but it's
you
the
don't.
next
Don't lie to
chapter.
yourself.
You're not in the exit interview.
Just
Calm
live
down.
present and real. She hated it.
No.
She hated it.
She loved her people.
loved her people.
The workplace was great. The job for her.
I'll just say this: the light in your eyes has slowly dimmed over the last year.
You
And
also
I'm-
just showed up today so much lighter.
Yeah, you
You were
did.
so excited. You were like,
That was the 2-bar taco margarita.
Yeah, that was a super. But I will say that Madeline's so creative. She was the one that came up
yes,
with,
but
and
be
also
creative. I feel like you've always done things not for what you love.
I know.
Yes.
Oh, I sell my soul, dude. It's tough.
Yeah, but for nothing.
Well, you don't have one, remember?
I know.
Ginger's
Only a ginger would say that.
no, I'm super excited
Erin,
for you.
our
though.
producer, is
Yeah.
a ginger.
Yes.
Borderline. I'm just like Madeline.
Yeah, borderline ginger.
Borderline genders.
What have y'all not hit on today that you would like to?
Room temperature water.
Hate it.
Recently, in the last 2 years.
It's supposed to be much
Fallen in
better
love.
for you, but it is absolutely sickening. He keeps his Brita on the goddamn counter. And I'm like, I feel like I'm drinking your body sweat. It's like literally warm sometimes.
Okay, that's disgusting, actually. Don't keep the Brita on the fucking counter.
Well, where do you want him to keep it if he wants to keep it room temp?
I want him to...
Sheyda,
exactly.
You get your water from your fridge, which is chilled. So I don't even know what you're thinking about room temp water.
Yeah.
Without ice, it's room temperature.
No, it's not. That's literally not true.
Ice, it's room.
I actually agree.
Anything above 50 degrees is room temperature.
Anywho, so it's great. It's supposed to be much
What
better
I
for
do
you.
usually, by the way, in the morning, I have an Element tea or Element, whatever the
Love
fuck
those,
the salt thing is.
It's just Element.
Sponsor us, you motherfuckers.
Element.
Anyways,
If she could say the name, that would be great.
is it Element or Element
It's,
tea?
it's
Element.
literally just Element, dude. And they take the vowels or something out
Maybe
of it.
the Mediterranean would sponsor you guys as well.
the entire Mediterranean.
Feta, please, feta.
Feta.
Any feta company.
Love. Actually, I have
Wait,
feta every
also
morning.
Sheyda says it like that, by the way. She'll be
Feta.
like, so we had squash and we put feta
Oh my
on
God.
it.
No,
And
just
I-
God,
she's insufferable.
No. She goes,
sometimes.
feta. No, she goes, feta.
You know who
She'd
did
be
that
the
to
same-
me? Sophia, because Sophia's straight up Greek,
Feta.
and she always goes feta,
Feta.
feta.
And you picked
and
it
so
up.
now I picked it up.
I've noticed it. All right, continue.
Yeah.
Feta.
Anyways, in the morning I have 40 ounces of ice water with the Element thingy, and then in the afternoon I have another 40, just no ice, in a glass jar.
He
The
just
glass jar makes it go down
my
faster. for
boyfriend
some
just
reason.
says he can drink more water when it's room temp
I
than
actually
when it's
believe
ice
that.
cold. And I
believe
do,
that.
but I'm like, it just feels like I'm drinking my own like tears or body sweat that I've been saving on the counter.
One thing I
have
love
tears.
that we do in America is that we put ice in our goddamn water.
Oh my God.
I'm an American and I'm going to put goddamn ice in my water cup.
My family was in Switzerland years ago now, but they had no AC and they had no ice.
Terrible.
And we had to like order fans and ice to the room, and they were so confused.
They make you feel so bad about it. I
about
know.
doing it.
I know.
Don't. First of all, bring me some fucking ice. And don't
This
act like
is a
this.
right.
Don't act like this is 1724.
Literally, I'm
Bring
American.
me
You
some
get it by now.
fucking Ice.
You have a machine for it. I know you're not cracking trays back there. You know what I mean? Like they just have to they only have a limited amount.
They would bring it by the buckets. I'm like, I know you have a machine, so don't act silly
But
when
maybe
I
they're
ask
just
for
like,
it.
Why do they think it's weird?
I don't know.
No, because they like to make fun of Americans. It has nothing to do with it being weird or not weird. They like to take a moment to belittle an American.
Where at least
I'm just like imagining like an eagle behind her, like,
no won't.
Forget the man who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up.
all right.
Next.
I will say the one thing about being abroad. The one thing I was like, I miss America. So I did 4 months abroad. I'll never stop talking about it. But the pizza there, everyone's like, Italian pizza, Italian pizza.
It's so good.
I wanted a fucking Domino's to the face when I got home. I was so sick of it. It's just
You know
it's-
why?
that's a hot
Because you're
take.
addicted to the chemicals.
No, dude, it's fucking
The seed
sloppy. There's not enough cheese on it. Way too saucy. It's fucking
Everyone can
soggy.
say what they want.
The undercarriage can be weak at times.
Everyone can say what they want about the election, Trump versus Harris, whatever. I cannot wait for RFK Jr. to burn the FDA to the fucking ground. Burn it to the fucking ground.
Sheyda, I
don't
agree with
disagree.
you. I agree with you, but can I tell you something?
Yes.
That's also a conspiracy theory.
Okay.
The
part of it?
pushback that I've seen about people being like fluoride isn't that bad for you. Seed
that.
oils
It's
aren't that
literally
bad for you.
poisonous. It's
and also
poisoning
the
your
FDA.
body.
You know what's so crazy is I had a friend text me and go, seriously, why is RFK focused on the fluoride in the water?
What?
No, and I literally was like, no matter what you think the culprit of our mass obesity, our chronic disease, our unwellness mentally and physically is, we have to do something. And if somebody wants to start with the fucking fluoride in the water,
Can I just say
I
something? Think about it this way. You give an engine of a car the wrong gas for 2 years, the whole thing shuts down. Think about a brain, and you feed it make-believe food from utero, and then go, the guy that says you should be eating meat and touching grass and sitting in the sunshine is
kook.
crazy?
Yeah.
See somebody.
See somebody.
See somebody.
No, but I'm just letting you know that there is a conspiracy
See
theory
somebody.
along those ideals, which I was just brought attention to, which to me, I'm like, I guess, hey.
How in the greatest age of medicine are we the most unhealthy we've ever been in my entire life?
But I think, okay,
Or in the entire history of the world.
I would
Shut
just-
up.
I would just
Shut
like-
up. Sorry, not you, but the world.
Microphone. I would just like to say, I think it is very confusing because they're like, in terms of the information that's out there, big pharma, you never know what kind of data you're actually being fed, because people can be like, oh, well, there's a data that shows in support of having fluoride in the water and how it's like been in since whatever, and people are, you know what I mean? Like, and so it's like, okay, well, where did that report come from? Did Big Pharma pay for it? And I think it's just, there is a lot of just kind of, what are we supposed to be trusting here? I don't know. I have no idea. You guys, obviously, I know.
So just for a small bit of background, I was sick for 10 years. I have PCOS, which causes different things.
Did you get Gardasil?
What?
Were you in the age that had to get 3 Gardasil vaccines and then they outlawed it 5 years later?
Two.
Me too.
And
They outlawed it, but now it's back and they want to give it to children.
But they gave us 3 of them and then it was gone, and I was like, hold up, this
My
can't
mom
be good.
actually
didn't let me get it because
your mom pushed back.
But they didn't let us go to
back.
They didn't let us go to school. They didn't let us go to school without it.
Shut up.
They tried.
They did not let us go to school
They tried to do
without
that to
Gardasil.
our school. They tried to do that in our public school, and then we went to private school, and it was stopped being an issue because in private school, you can't do that.
Why did your mom say no?
She said you don't need it.
Wow.
She said you're
because it's for sexually transmitted
yeah.
diseases.
And she was like, you're 10, honey.
But also,
And I was like, but everyone else is getting it.
know,
I remember being as a kid, like, everyone else is getting it.
But
I
just
want
so
it.
you know, if you look at the percentage rate of people who are getting the type of cancer and the type of sexually transmitted disease that they're talking about with Gardasil, it's gone up. Like, it's not gotten better.
No, that's the thing.
So make that make sense to me. So I'm supposed to get this thing.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. You asked me, you want me to put heavy metals in my body. You want me to do this thing to me. And there is no real proof that this has done anything better for society.
We are
I'm not getting
sicker than ever, mentally and physically. We are sicker than ever. And honestly, I hate to say this, but I think the amount of unwell people in the head are making irrational decisions and are taking this country. Like, you can't. I feel for you, because you cannot make rational decisions when your physical body is not allowing your brain to make those correct decisions. Do you know what I'm saying? We're living in this like fucking environment that I don't blame anybody that has crazy thoughts, because I'm like, no, duh, you have crazy thoughts. We live in this environment that like allows you to have these crazy thoughts without second fucking chance, like without a second thought.
It's time to reel it back.
Reel it back.
We went on a big rant there. Speaking of being unhealthy, I've always had this theory that when a girl is in an unhealthy relationship, if you see your friend get into a relationship and she's losing weight, it's not good. It's not good.
What do you think about me right now?
If she gains weight, I don't know. If she gains weight, I'm like, she's probably happy. She's comfortable. It's not good. It's not good.
They're both gaining weight.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, absolutely. Oh, if
happy
he's
as
not gaining
peach.
weight, he's cheating for sure, in my opinion. But
What a take.
I think.
Wait, say the take again?
I said
If he's not gaining weight and she is, he's cheating.
he's cheating. Yeah, because he's still keeping fit for someone else. Otherwise, you guys are getting fat and happy together because you're constantly ordering takeout. You're just getting cozy.
What if they're
You're
getting
lovey-dovey up.
Cozy.
That comes later. I think that's a like, okay, baby, we have
Baby.
not in front of other people.
But you do call him
say
baby?
baby?
What do you actually call Nick most often other than his name?
What is it?
It's too personal, guys.
Tell me now.
I'll tell you mine.
I know what you call Nick. I mean,
What is it?
I know what you call my
What do I
boyfriend.
call Nick? No, what do I call Josh?
Tuna.
Yeah, sick.
Ew, why do you call him Tuna?
Tuna.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Wait, what do you say? I'm just curious.
I say baby.
You do?
The way you cringe just saying that.
You guys say
just
baby?
say it.
Sick.
Say it 10 more times.
Nope.
We call him baby. We call him baby. I call him baby.
No, remember we were at Summer's the other night and Darren.
The next time I see Nick, I just want you to know I'm going to hug him and say, hi, baby. Hi,
Ew, I'm sick. Darren came out with my phone and because he was like, I'm on the way, baby. And Darren came and goes, this is what Nick said. And he read it and I was sick to I go, put that away.
Oh, I was in that
I'm
room.
sick to my
I
stomach.
am the person in a relationship 2 weeks and I'm saying baby.
That's what makes me. Nick and I didn't even say that until we're like a year into dating. Like we didn't come up with nicknames until then. Sheyda literally just met this man and she's like, baby, see you there,
No,
babe.
I love that.
No, if we're
It's
actually like
ill.
talking.
Wait, but it's actually so crazy the first time you hurl out babe or baby when you're talking to somebody and you're like, okay, babe, I'll just grab it. And you're like, I just said it.
It is a cute moment.
I just saw
But
it.
I also I'm a love name person. Like I'll be like, hi, my love.
Yeah.
Like I do that with my friends.
Sheyda is a lover girl.
Or I'll even actually look at Madeline like, hi, baby, how are like I do that. So that's not
I'm a closeted lover.
So it's hard for me when I'm feeling like love feelings, and I'd be like, "Hi, baby."
Erin, I was raised Catholic, right? I'm not trying to be out there, but I love it. If Sheyda and I are watching a TV show together, we're holding hands. We're cuddled up. She's my best friend. We're basically lovers at that point. But otherwise,
I think I understand the Irish Catholic borderline ginger with freckles thing. I really do. You only lost me on being okay with your boyfriend being your cousin. That's the only place you've lost me.
Erin, come on, that is not what I said.
Durst was tough for me as well, but
we gave you a May for commentary, not to be a bully.
Wait,
well, y'all can take it away at any time.
You guys, what?
Leave it in.
We're leaving that in. What is the cutest pet name that you've ever given? Like a unique one, not babe, not baby.
Can you wait? I'm just like, okay, you know when people with like older names now, where they're like, how did you look at a baby and be like Bruce or like Helena? Who looks at a
child
and
anytime
says
after
Talon?
1970 and names them Kyle? That's my question.
Kyle?
That's like the
Kyle's
most.
a normal name.
Kyle is
It's
literally
a
the most
horrible name.
Gertrude?
Yeah.
Barbara?
Barb.
Frances?
Barb, I've fallen on the greenway. Nick and I quote that all the time.
Barb, I've had a fall on the greenway.
This is so off topic.
I have such interesting names that I want to name my children.
Like what?
Oh, I don't want to give it away because then people are going to take
Someone might
it.
steal
Margot.
them.
Ew, is that what you want?
I like Margot. You
The
don't
P
like Margot?
again.
Or like Robbie?
I guess that's like overused now. Whatever.
I know, isn't that tough? Like you think you have a creative idea and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, perfect. Well, that's a top
No, I have a
baby
creative name and my name will be my first daughter's name.
Yeah, you think that.
What is it? Say it.
I'm not saying it.
What the fuck?
Okay, it's Nyx. The Greek goddess of night and creation. She and
Like, is it N-I-X?
It's
N-Y-X.
Oh, from the books.
But it's also like a nod to
Freak.
Stevie Nicks as well, because I love Stevie Nicks. Like my mom and I, like my mom, that was my mom's favorite artist.
I like Stevie more than I like Nyx.
Wait, I heard. Okay, wait, guys. I actually meant to bring this up.
What?
I saw this video about how, and none of us are good examples of this, but it said the best or the cutest girl names is to look to your best friend's dad's name. And that is a good example. So they'd be like, oh,
Joe.
no. Okay, well, these are all bad examples. But
What's your dad's name again?
Kevin. Yours is Lars, and yours is Christian. And I was like,
my
neither.
God.
Christian is the only
Chrissy.
option. But what was the other examples they gave? Every one they gave
Chris,
us. Wow, those are good.
K-R-I-S, as in
But
Christian.
they were like, oh God, why can't I think of a guy's name right now? The examples they gave in the video were really cute. And I was like,
Kev.
no.
Kavina. Kavina.
No, they were like the
Kavina?
actual names.
Kavina?
Larzy.
Why can't I think of them?
That's trash.
Larzy.
I had a client.
I had a crush on a man named Lars.
You did?
I was in 4th grade.
Aww. Was he Scandinavian? I don't.
He must have been. He was blonde and blue-eyed.
He was. That's my cousin.
Why can't I think of these people's
Could have
names?
been family.
You don't think Kevin could be cute for a girl?
No.
Why can't I
kinda
think
do.
of these
I
names?
actually
They were
do.
like
Think
so
about
cute.
if you had like Summer, like a kid looked like Summer's kid will. A
Yeah.
cute little like blonde girl named Kevin. It's kind of cute.
Kev. And I feel like Kev would be a
Guys,
cute
you don't think
girl's
so?
name.
Kev is a
Literally.
cute girl's nickname, but I could never.
Because here's the thing, Max is like
Oh,
cute.
Max was
Frankie,
one. Max was one of the
Frankie.
examples. Oh, God,
Who else?
Max
looking it
feels
up.
it's hard for me to get there.
Max.
I like Max better than I like Kev.
I like Max better. I think Max is more
You
common.
you can't call her Kev. You gotta call her Kevin.
No, I can't call her Kevin.
Or like Ryan. Ryan is a really popular girl's
Okay, wait,
name.
I have
Ryan.
friends named Ryan and Kyle, and they're sisters.
Yeah, Kyle is a girl's name.
They're
Kyle I
girls.
like is a girl's name. Kyle is a man's name I don't like.
I hate the name Kyle.
Okay, Lenny.
Unfortunately, we
can't
have
wait
a
to cut
dear
this up
friend
for
named
social.
Kyle.
Okay,
We have
guys.
a dear friend named Kyle.
Lenny.
This is not going to go over well.
Lenny, Tommy, Billy. Like,
Yeah,
I
those
feel
are
like those
good.
are
All
all
of those are good girls' names.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, Kirby, that was it. Kirby, that was what I was thinking of. Stevie, like those are your friends' dad's names, but
Bobby.
they're when you put them on a
Joey.
little girl, they're so cute.
Yeah.
But Lars, Christian, and Kevin, not gonna
not
work.
it.
We got to look to our other friends, guys.
Yeah. Anybody else have a good name?
What's your dad's name?
Dennis.
Denny.
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 That's cute.
She goes.
No,
Denny.
it's Denny, like the restaurant.
I want a pancake.
I had a pancake.
I want a
this morning.
waffle. Right now, you guys want to go?
My dad did convince
And
my
also,
brother
do you
one
guys
time
wanna
that
go
La
to
Quinta meant behind Denny's.
La Quinta.
And also, do you guys want to go to Denny's?
And also, do you guys want to go grab drinks after this? And also, do you guys want to grab dinner after this?
Guys, I have to pee so bad. I can't think about anything
And
else.
also, do you want to pee after this?
Yeah.
You have such bad bladder problems.
Wait, also pelvic exercises. What have you been doing?
Just cut it there.
Honestly, that's a good exit.
And also,
do your pelvic floor exercises. Otherwise, you'll have a urologist at 25, like me.